Hi everyone, my name is Jeff Starr and this is my channel Not Bad Films, where I make videos about music and other stuff that interests me. So I got sort of fun news, and I got a new guitar. This is a Regal RC2 Duolian Resonator. It's pretty heavy. I'm going to hang it back up. So I found this on reverb.com. These sell new for $6.99, but I did not pay that. So the store that sold it, it's Jackson Music in Grand Island, New York. They've been around for like 30 years, so over 30 years now. I will put a link to their Reverb shop in the video description, so you can click on that and you can go check out what they have. Currently, they think they have like a 50s Les Paul, I think maybe a 56-ish, which is, you know, selling for a lot of money, and a weird, like, 1900s Gibson harp guitar. But then they have like Firebirds and a lot of SGs in there, and they have Strats, and their inventory changes over quite a bit, actually. So if you do see something you like, I would recommend moving on it, because I've more than once watched stuff that I liked there disappear. Like I said, it was $6.99 if you buy it new. On the used market, it's less than that. It's maybe like $4.50 or so. They made me an incredible offer on this, because I was sort of hemming and hawing, but I think they could tell I was itchy to spend some money, and they found a price for me where I really just couldn't pass that up. And I had to, get the wife's approval, because, I'm not an idiot. But she was all for it, and she was like, do it. Thank you, darling. So let's talk about the guitar a bit more. So some basic specs on this instrument. It is a bell brass body. It is nickel plated. It has an adjustable truss rod. The fingerboard is a Santos rosewood. I didn't know what that, I'd never heard of that rosewood variety, but that's actually Pau Ferro. It is 19 frets total, with the body joint at the 14th fret. When I got it home and I was sort of looking at it in the daylight and really able to sort of like check it out, and I had spent my money, so I guess some of the romance or the excitement was over. I did notice there was a very small crack in the finish on the neck. And at first I sort of panicked. I was like, oh no, there's this crack in the neck joint here, whatever you want to call this, heel. But it appears to really just be in the finish. And so that was sort of I got nervous, because then it made me think, oh, what else? Maybe there's other things I didn't see, and that's why I got such a really great deal on this. And then I was looking over it, and I knew I was going to have to do a little maintenance. The strings were really in need of being changed. I got a good deal on strings too. But then I noticed this down here. And there's an output jack here. This guitar does not sell with a pickup, so that's pretty exciting. There's a pickup on this, and I'm trying to figure out, like, well, oh yeah, look, right in here. This has got a biscuit bridge, and you can just very barely make out that there's a little wire connected to that biscuit bridge. And so I did a little more research, and someone had installed a Fishman biscuit bridge resonator pickup. It appears to be been professionally installed, and that pickup alone is about $180. The cost of having the installation done was probably not super cheap, because setup on a guitar like this can be a little difficult, and you got to drill a hole in a metal body. That's probably, let's just say, $200 that I didn't know it came with for free. And I don't even know if the store knew that was there. I went back and looked on the original Reverb listing. There's no mention of a pickup. So then I was like, all right, well, I got to plug this thing in, make sure that works, and it does, and it sounds great. There will be audio of me playing. We'll get into that as well. So some of the basic maintenance that I did to this guitar. The poly finish on this felt a little thicker or stickier. Maybe it's just really dirty, probably. Than I would have liked. So one of the things you can do if you want to sort of make a glossy poly finish, satin is you can get some of these. These are Scotch-Brite pads. You can see these are the sort of thin, they're just the green. It's Scotch-Brite heavy-duty scour pads. There's no soap in these. They're just the rough little pad. If you take this and you can lightly sort of rub the back. You can put tape if you want. It'll help to clean off the gunk, but it also helps to just sort of rub off a little bit of a layer of the poly finish. You don't want to push too hard or you'll sort of put some scratches and get a sort of a gritty feel, but just very lightly, and you can work the neck up and down, and it'll give it a nice satin feel, make it much smoother, slicker, and it really helped this guitar a lot. I put a little graphite into the nut as well, so the strings wouldn't catch. They were snagging a bit. I did go up to a heavier gauge string as well. I put some Martin strings on here, and I'm currently tuned down to C sharp. So it's almost as low as my baritone guitar. I wanted that additional like depth and oomph. So the little heavier gauge string allowed me to go there without sort of having buzz and rattle issues. This guitar does have an adjustable truss rod. I think it may need a slightly bit more curvature in to give me a tiny bit more height on the action, but I'm not really getting any buzzing issues. But the relief is just barely there. So that's just something I can tweak over time if I feel like I need it. Right now, it's pretty good. I've not really had any issues with it. So with just that little bit of work, so really just some cleaning. This guitar probably is great. It's really loud. It's very dynamic. I'm really happy about it. It's amazing what a difference fresh strings will make on an instrument. And and the price I got for this, which is, boy, I mean, absolute crazy steal, especially now that I know it's got the pickup in the biscuit bridge. I was really shocked when I found it. I almost feel like guilty, like I got too good of a deal, but I'll take it. One last thing is I also contacted Saga, who makes these Regal guitars, to ask if they could date this guitar based on the serial number, and it is a 2002 made guitar. So I'm going to do some playing examples now, and we'll get to that so you can hear what this sounds like.